So Josh Herman, BMO, the review of your financial, I meet with my financial guy that I've been working with for 20 years, right? Before I met you, I've been working with Randy for 20 years.
Sure.
We meet quarterly, right? We go for
Quarterly.
Quarterly.
Okay.
We meet for coffee. We go for a sandwich. We might just do a call. Hey, this is what I'm thinking. Quarterly.
Yep.
The listeners that you've been speaking with haven't seen their financial advisors for how long?
Well, I had one I met with.
What's the normal? Just so we have basis.
Normally, it really depends on clients' comfortability,
Okay.
and typically we meet with our clients and do a full review. I would say every 6 months to. Some are quarterly, some are every 6 months. I would say the average is 6 months.
Okay.
I'm having communication in our portfolio managers and my team with them on a monthly basis or every once every 2 months, checking in and just updating. But actually sitting down and going through each investment strategy and what's invested in, we're doing that a couple times a year.
You had listeners to this show greater than 70 years old.
Yes.
That claim to have been in conservative investment vehicles.
Yeah. So
which to me, hang on, are bonds.
Yeah.
And
that makes
annuities,
sense.
Something at 87.
I want something with like a guaranteed 3%.
I want guaranteed
maybe.
something. But
Yes.
is having it in the market, even though the market's done very well the past 4 years.
Yep.
He's
2 months. The last 2 months have been fantastic.
These borrowers are over 70.
Yep.
These listeners are
Over 80,
70.
actually, but
Okay,
yes.
over 80.
Yep.
Even I was trying to
I know.
increase the pool to deflect, but you walked right into that one. All right, so they're over 80, and they've got a large portion of their portfolios, instead of in fixed income, they've got them in equity.
So
It's crazy.
I had a listener reach out and he had heard me on the radio and he said, like, I've been with my financial advisor for 25 years. And I said, well, when was the last time you actually met with someone other than your financial advisor to review what they're doing? And he's like, I'm very conservative. I'm sure everything looks good. We have reviews. I'm okay.
Every 25 years.
Right. So he's been with them for 25 years, but everything's okay. And I said, why don't you send me your statements? Let's sit down and let my team take a look at it.
Yeah.
And the whole time he said conservative.
Is there a cost to that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. So what's the harm?
Exactly.
None.
Exactly.
Got it.
It's just being comfortable.
Sure.
You're providing your financial information to somebody that you're
Yeah, but you're legit.
Well,
Okay.
they don't know that.
All right.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So I said, let's just sit down and take a look at this. So I review this, and it was literally the complete opposite
What they thought.
of what they thought and what they're saying. I'm conservative. I don't want to risk my money, and yet I'm in 70% equities and 30% bonds,
Which is good for a 50-year-old.
Literally complete opposite.
Maybe a 30-year-old
of what you would want as being conservative. You're in a max growth portfolio per se, or really close to it. It's complete opposite.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they didn't really understand the fees that they're paying. So I implore our listeners to give us a call at any level. I work with clients, high net worth at, several $1 million and above, up to hundreds of millions. And I have other teams within the bank that manage underneath that. And let us review it. Let's sit down and at least have an outside party.